Hello, everyone. This is Chala, CEO and founder of the Repositioning Expert. Welcome to another Tuesday Tea Time with Chala. Here's my sip. Ooh, watered down from this morning. All right, so today's topic is about sleep. I've been binging materials on sleep and health and fasting. You guys heard about my fast last week. And once my algorithm gets me and I go down all of these unbelievable knowledge tunnels of finding out about all the stuff that is going to keep us young and vital. And while for my job, what I do is marketing and business development and topics of business and money. For my hobby, it's all about self development, the body, the spirit, the soul, the mind. So, one of the things that I read about was sleep. I've been focused on my sleep ever since menopause hit because it's one of the things that's really hard to get back once you hit menopause. And this research was done by the Oregon Health and Science University. And they claim that if you get less than 7 hours of sleep a night, you are, it's very closely correlated to all cause mortality. And it is only second to smoking. No, even if you have a terrible diet, if you have a terrible, bodily conditions, if you don't exercise, and if you're a hermit, none of them are as closely related to death than lack of 7 hours of sleep or less than 7 hours of sleep. So I know that was kind of like scary for me. Luckily, most of the time I'm hitting between 7 to 9 hours. So that's good. And I have my Aura ring. For those of you who know what that is, it's a tracker and it tells me, how many hours I slept, when I fell asleep, how many times I woke up, why I woke up, how my heart rate was doing. Now, when I started to think about all the reasons why I'm not sleeping, one of the things that came up was the statistics around why entrepreneurs are not sleeping. So I did a little bit of research, and of course I found out what is it that's keeping us entrepreneurs, business owners up at night in 2026, right at the beginning of the year. So things are not much brighter than they were at the end of the year. So let me tell you some of the things that are keeping us up right now. So Adobe did a research in 2025, at the end of 25, and they found that 82% of entrepreneurs can't sleep, just like me, can't sleep from thinking about their business. So right now, here are the hot topics that are keeping business owners up at night. One is inflation and rising costs. Surprise, surprise. It's even keeping consumers up, but especially so business owners. 45% of American businesses say that it's their biggest issue is this inflation and rising costs. And 75% say that the rising costs are a barrier to their growth. They literally see it as the biggest threat in their business. Number two thing that's keeping business owners like me up at night is the margin squeeze for both business, for products and services. So this is even their worry beyond inflation. They say 34%, like more than a third, say that the cost of goods, COGS, cost of goods and services, are the biggest stop to their growth in their business, their expansion. And they are 58%, almost 60% are going to raise their prices, but they still expect a lower revenue this year. So things are kind of not looking great if you're trying to sleep in 2026 as a business owner. Number three concern, of course, it's all about the money this year. Cash flow and revenue is unsure because 76%, like almost everyone, says that they're uncomfortable with their cash flow on hand. And revenue is the second highest worry behind inflation. So they really are looking for, where are we going to get the new clients? Number four thing that's keeping businesses up at night is, believe it or not, attracting and retaining talent. Now, people are making thousands and thousands of workers redundant. Unemployment rates are rising, but businesses are still worried about finding the right talent and on time. And the worry is so big that it doubled versus last year. And a quarter say that talent is still an issue. So people problems are always going to keep you up at night. And then lastly, I mean, I only asked for the top five, but the fifth is economic and policy uncertainty. And I'm guaranteed they're talking about the government policies. But the owners, of businesses are cautious to hire and invest, and they're delaying major decisions. So this is something that I saw in 2025. It, did not go away at the end of 2025, and it's still continuing in 2026. However, my business did really well because I got into more action last year. My clients' businesses that, got into action the same way also did better in the last year, even though for a lot of businesses, it was very uncertain, including mine. It was a very uncertain economic climate and political climate. Now, the one thing that I can recommend doing is more aggressive marketing and selling. If you're going to take money away from any part of your business, I would put it into my marketing. And the reason for that is because you have no idea how much better you can sleep at night when you have a full sales lead pipeline. You have no idea when you know exactly what you're going to do, rinse and repeat style, to be able to get back more clients and more prospects. You have no idea how much better you sleep at night when your share of voice in the market is way bigger than your share of market, meaning that your marketing and your visibility, things that I talk about and teach all the time, including last week, if they're way bigger than you are, so that the perception of your company is way bigger than it is, than you are. So brand equity, building pipelines, building marketing, more aggressive marketing strategies, and doing marketing that scares you and that is different than what you've already done. Things that are scaring my clients right now, other than keeping them sleepless at night, are doing things like videos. I mean, a lot of my clients are in my, age group from 45 to 60, and they have come to success and to the helm of their business doing what they knew, which wasn't all that much, visibility, all that much vulnerability, getting on videos, figuring out technology, and talking to their prospects and clients on screens. That was not something that they did, but it's one of the things that works to get attention. Sending, door opener gifts, that's something that I'm doing, and that's working well for me and my clients. And, going to in-person stuff. A lot of CEOs get stuck doing the work behind their desk, and they just get a little bit too comfortable and send their staff. But there is so much to be gained by getting out there and finding out and putting your ear to the ground and having a pulse on the industry that you're targeting and getting in there and being the only person of your industry in your target industries association and organization and events. So those are some of the things that I wanted to share with you this week. It's not all gloom and doom. I am very excited about 2026, and I hope you are too, and that this will be the year that you try new marketing. This will be the year that you try things that make you nervous or scare you or you never thought you'd be willing to do. So I hope that helps, and I will see you next week. Take care.